it must be nice to have money. I would dress so much better if I had money. These are just a few comments that I get that I 100% disagree with. Dressing better doesn't have to be expensive. So here are the style tips that don't require a lot of money. First of all, cheap, affordable, expensive, all these terms are depending on your personal budget. But I'm gonna try my absolute best to make sure that we can all agree all these style tips are not gonna break the bank. So the first style tip I can give you is dupes instead of replicas. There are so many times that I found something online from an influencer or celebrity and I was like, man, this piece would look so good, just for me to research and find that the same exact piece to cost more than my entire net worth. That is ridiculous. And instead of going to get a one-to-one rep and a knockoff piece, find brands that are selling something similar but not 100% there yet. We like to call these dupes. My favorite way to go find these are image searching, which you could do directly on Google, or if you have the ASOS app or a few other brands that offer to do this. Or you can find brands that essentially specialize in this. For example, Zara. A lot of people fail to realize that a lot of the Zara items are duplicates from insanely expensive designers. Minus the logo, sacrificing a little bit of materials, and just slightly different. And for almost 1/10 the price, that is way better in my opinion. Again, let's look at some influencers that we could do this for ourselves. I've always been a big fan of the way Noah Beck dresses, so let's look through his Instagram. And I already know for a fact that a lot of the pieces that he wears are from huge designers that again are insanely expensive. So once you find an interesting piece that you like and you think that you're gonna wear a lot, screenshot the item. You can go on Google, or for this case, we're gonna use ASOS. Click on photos, crop it down. It's gonna search for some pieces, and here you have some very similar ones. It was a crochet styled one, and if you look, these are very similar. For $43, I'm sure the one that Noah Beck was wearing cost way more than that, but we found a duplicate version that doesn't cost as much. The next thing you can start doing is start shopping secondhand. Look, when you buy something at the mall or whatever favorite store that you have, as soon as you take off that tag, it loses pretty much all its value. I like to call this the sticker fee. You are paying just so you could be the first one to take off that sticker. So what you need to do is let people do that for you. You can go on eBay, Poshmark, or a bunch of these apps that sell secondhand clothing in which you could find all these pieces for less than half of retail. Now this works best with mall brands, so things that are not as exclusive, because if something's exclusive, that makes the price of the value go up. But if it's something that you could pick up for yourself at the local mall, then chances are these pieces are going to drop in value because they're so accessible and because they're so heavily mass produced. But let's look at Poshmark. One of my favorite brands is Polo Ralph Lauren, and most of these pieces are at minimum $80. So if we search up Polo Ralph Lauren, let's see what we can find. Look at this wool jacket for $58. It says retail price is $250, which is almost 1/4 of the original price. I love Harrington jackets, and this one is only $40 rather than buying it for yourself for $190. Look, you get the idea. Once you buy something in store, it loses all its value, which means that you could buy that same exact piece from somebody else. Another thing you could do is thrift stores, which is something that I've always said that I wanted to get heavier into, and I probably will pretty soon. The only thing with this one, it's a huge hit or miss. When you go to a thrift store, you could either find absolutely nothing or you could find some absolute gems. The reason why I don't really go too much, based on my luck, I haven't really seen too much. But one thing that most people don't know about is you could thrift online. You could literally go to the Goodwill website, search up things that you want, and essentially bid on them. I've done that once, and in my opinion, it's way more fun than going to the thrift store and trying your luck. The next thing you could do is shop clearance only. Every website, every brand, every store has a clearance section. Now, most of the time it's something from the previous season, which isn't always the best option, especially if you want to dress better now. If you're going into the summer, there's really no reason why you should be buying wool or heavier jackets when you cannot wear them anytime soon. But sometimes if you're entering a season, a lot of brands would want to incentivize you to check out their selection with a sale going on. My favorite brand that does this a ton is Banana Republic Factory. Going into every season, or honestly, most of the time, they have 30 to 40% off if you just check online. Because sometimes they're not going to have it in store, but they will have it as online exclusive sales. So I think a better tip overall is to do your research. If you go to a store and buy the first thing that you see, you are probably going to go home and realize that you could have saved 30, 40% off had you just done your own research. And sometimes that's even the same exact store. I can't tell you how many times I got excited because I found a piece that I really liked. I bought it, and when I checked the website at the same exact time that I bought it for full price, online, it was 30% off or whatever it was. It's happened way too many times, and if you're really on a budget, you should be doing your own research when you buy these clothes. Another website that always has sales is Nordstrom, and if you've ever walked into a Nordstrom, a lot of these items are extremely expensive. But when you check online, there's always sales going on, or you could always find online coupons that's going to give you a discount on full priced items. Now, the next style tip I can give you is when you buy clothes, make sure that it fits into your wardrobe. Now, I don't mean that literally, like you could hang up one more shirt. What I mean is that is it going to go with the items that you already own? A lot of times you get excited because you see a piece and you think, I'm going to start wearing this. But because you have nothing to go along with this item, it's just going to collect dust. Stop wasting your money and buy only versatile items that you know you are going to wear. And again, the best way that you know you're going to wear it is if you already have items that you own that's going to go perfectly along with this new pickup. So that's exactly why when I go shopping, I don't like to just impulse purchase and see whatever I can find. I like to have a list of items that I've been wanting for some time, and I already know that I have pants, shirts, jackets that are going to work with these items already. Then I go to my favorite stores, which are Abercrombie & Fitch, Zara, Hollister, all these places, and I try to find the item that I'm looking for. Whether that's a crew neck sweater, quarter zip sweatshirts, linen pants, you get the idea. And the next style tip is to make sure that you are always wearing accessories. However, accessories can be pretty pricey if you're not shopping at the right places. And again, that could just come down to doing more research. If you are really on a heavy set budget, you should really only look at stainless steel from Amazon. You could find rings for $10, $15 that look very similar to brands that are selling that same exact ring for $45, $50. So stainless steel is definitely the most affordable option. From here, you can go to plated items. Plated 925 silver is also pretty affordable. Here you can find brands like Serge de Nines, Crafted London that sells 0.925 silver for a relatively affordable price. Now these pieces, since they're actual jewelry companies, you're probably going to find a little bit more high quality and better designs, which is why the extra $30 could probably go a long way, which is way better than going to real jewelry stores. For example, everybody asks me where I get my necklace from. It's not plated, it's actually full gold, which means it was pretty pricey because you're paying for the actual gold, and the value of gold is pretty expensive. And plus you're essentially paying for the labor to make these designs. It can be pretty pricey. But like I mentioned earlier, dupes are always the best option. You can find a necklace with the same design, and look at the difference on my wrist. One of them is solid gold and one of them is plated. Take a wild guess which one's which. If you said the cuff bracelet was fully gold, you're wrong. This one's plated while this box one is full gold. So as long as you're shopping from the right jewelry brands, or again, whatever fits your budget, you're not going to notice a difference, which means you could dress just as well with a lot of money or spending next to nothing. And another style tip that's elevated my style is buying the right shoes. And if you want to know the only 3 shoes that you need in your summer wardrobe, here's a video. It's going to show you exactly that.